Alright, so in this tutorial we're going to be setting up the glass materials. So we want to select our glass layer, and we've already loaded in the glass window neutral. This is generally a good basis to start off with. So just go right click, apply to layer, and apply that to the windows or the glass layer. And now before we start adjusting the parameters of the glass, we want to set the interiors of these. So what we're going to do is go ahead and load in some furniture and some spotlights for inside the building. Then we'll be able to adjust the glass parameters afterwards. So using our V-Ray Chaos Cosmos, we want to go to the furniture layer and load in some furniture to put behind the glass of the scene. So let's go ahead and load in some of the furniture. Alright, so now we've loaded in our furniture. We'll go ahead to a quick preview in our V-Ray interactive mode. So now you can see the furniture behind the glass. Before we change the glass parameters, we want to go ahead and put in some spotlights behind this so we can light up our scene a little bit. So similar to the previous tutorials, we just want to make a lights layer, and we'll load in our spotlights. We'll use a range of both spotlights and IES lights. Set the light to be the height of the room. And there's our first spotlight. We can use the ghosted mode on the viewport to make it easier to see inside. So you want to set a couple of spotlights in there, just to light up the interior of the scene. Remember to use our Alt and Drag command. This will enable us to adjust the parameters of all the lights at once. So we're using Alt and Drag. We're moving our lights. And we'll just throw one in on the side here to light up that interior. And we'll go ahead and load in the IES light as well. Similar to the previous tutorials. And so now we'll be able to do an interactive view and set the parameters of our lights. So you can see our IES light there. We need to adjust the position slightly to make it a bit softer. And instead of one, we can adjust, maybe get a couple in there. There's our two IES lights. And now we can adjust the parameters of the spotlight. We'll change it to radiant power, so you can see our surface area there. Increase the cone angle a bit. And the intensity does not need to be very bright at all, just to give us a little bit of lighting behind the glass. So about there looks good. You'll notice some of these shadows are quite bright and the general scene is very bright, but we'll adjust this in the next tutorial with the materials. For now we're going to adjust the material for the glass to give us a realistic looking glass. So we go onto our glass layer here. So one big thing is changing the reflection IOR here. If we increase it to full, you can see it becomes a fully reflective material and you can't see much behind it. So we want to increase this slightly. You can see you can adjust the metalness of the glass. It will add a slight tint to it, but we don't want any of that for now. So we want to increase the reflection IOR up slightly so we have a bit of a reflection on it. This will be more prevalent once we set the materials as well, but this kind of just accentuates the glass a bit. I might add a slight tint to the glass. As you can see, there's a glass barrier along here, but it's very hard to see. So you can add a coat to the glass. We're just going to set a very light blue coat to it. And so now you can see the glass barrier. And so there's our glass set up in our scene. So thanks for watching this tutorial. Next one, we'll be doing the materials.